On the train, I saw a monster with extremely long arms. It waved at me through the thick fog. I was wondering what that thing was, when Dad suddenly turned pale with fright. He trembled and said to Mom, "It's here. What's coming? It's that entity. It's on the mountain staring straight at us." Mom seemed to recall something. Her eyes widened in shock. She tensed up instantly. "Are you sure you didn't missee it? It's been more than a decade. How could that thing have found us? I'm sure I didn't make a mistake." Hearing this, Mom quickly leaned by the window to look out. "You must have imagined it. There's nothing on the mountain at all." "No way. I definitely saw it clearly. We've moved away for so many years, and that thing never showed up once. Why would it appear the moment we take a trip far away? I really hope I was wrong." Dad said that and glanced outside again. But the next second, his heart skipped a beat. He froze completely on the spot. "I didn't missee it. It's really here." Mom heard that and looked outside once more. This time she saw it too. "We're doomed. It's really here. There's no way for us to escape." "Why? It's already been over 10 years. Why does it keep haunting us?" I was totally confused by their conversation. I quickly asked them, "Mom, Dad, I saw that monster too. What exactly is it?" "Don't ask any more questions. It's an indescribable entity. We must not speak its name, otherwise it will remember our voices. Then we'll have no chance left at all." I didn't understand why my parents were so terrified, so I looked out the window again. It was getting closer to us. It was too dark outside, so I couldn't make out its exact appearance. I only knew it was human-shaped. Somehow, a strange sense of fear rose up from deep inside me. "Honey, we can't just sit here waiting to die!" "I don't want to die either." But the mountain road ahead collapsed. The train has been forced to stop. It won't reopen until tomorrow. That thing is so close to us now. It'll be here before long. Dad thought for a moment, then suddenly grabbed Mom's hand. "Hurry! Let's move to another carriage and change seats. Maybe it won't be able to find us." We got up right away, and quickly moved to the next carriage. Looking at the surrounding passengers, Dad finally relaxed a little. "Now we can only wait it out. No matter how powerful that thing is, it can't possibly break through the train. Once the train moves again, we'll be safe. It won't be able to catch up." Mom nodded slightly, saying not a word. But just then, someone in the carriage suddenly let out a scream. The noisy carriage fell dead silent in an instant. Everyone turned to look in the direction of the scream. It was a young man who screamed. He stared rigidly at his phone, tears streaming down his face. I recognized him at a glance. His name was Wang Qiang. He was from our village. "Wang Qiang, what happened? What are you doing on this train too?" "Uncle, Auntie, my parents are dead." "What did you say? How did they die?" Wang Qiang heard that and held up his phone, showing the screen to all of us. On the screen was the courtyard of Wang Qiang's home. His parents were lying on the ground, but all that was left of them were empty skins, as if their insides had been drained dry. The surrounding passengers turned pale seeing the screen. "That's terrifying. Did some wild bear eat them hollow? These vicious beasts should all be killed." Passengers whispered and talked among themselves. Only my parents stayed completely silent. "Mom, Dad, could that thing have done this?" "Don't talk nonsense." Wang Qiang seemed to hear my words. He suddenly looked up at me. "Chenjie, say that again. What thing did this?" "Don't listen to Chenjie's nonsense. I told him some scary stories before, and he took them seriously, grieving over the sudden loss of his parents." Wang Qiang didn't think much of it. He flipped open another photo in his album to show everyone. "I took this right before I left home. It was only a few hours ago. My parents were still alive and well back then. How could they be gone all of a sudden?" In the photo, his parents were waving their hands, seemingly saying goodbye to Wang Qiang. But then someone suddenly pointed at the photo and shouted, "Look everyone, what's this?" We all leaned in to look at the corner of the photo. A blurry figure had been captured in the frame. It stretched out a pair of long arms, as if waving at the camera too. The photo froze at that exact moment. "What on earth is this creature? This thing is probably the one who killed your parents. Is it a wild bear?" The photo isn't very clear. Maybe it is, but I've never seen a bear this huge before. Just then someone retorted, "This is definitely not a bear. It's winter right now. Bears are supposed to be hibernating. There's no way it would be wandering around outside. Besides, its arms are even longer than its legs. No bear has arms that long." "Then what exactly is it?" The surrounding passengers all fell silent, for no one could give an answer. Dad and Mom exchanged a glance. Mom was about to speak up, but Dad gently held her hand, signaling her not to say a word. In the end, they said nothing about that entity. They comforted Wang Qiang a few words, then took me to the corner of the carriage. "Mom, Dad, why didn't you tell Wang Qiang the truth?" Dad ignored me, and only said to Mom, "We can't speak of this matter. Wang Qiang just left home recently, and he still carries his parents' scent on him. That thing drained them dry, so its attention is probably fixed entirely on Wang Qiang now. That way we might be able to escape disaster. But Wang Qiang is innocent, but the lives of our family of 3 matter more. We can only feel sorry for Wang Qiang." Mom fell silent after hearing that. I didn't fully understand what they meant, but I didn't dare ask any more about that creature. Time quickly passed until 9 o'clock. Nothing unusual had happened yet. My parents finally relaxed their tense nerves. Sure enough, that thing hunts by scent. There are so many people on the train. It can't find us and probably can't find Wang Qiang either, so it wouldn't dare make a move recklessly. But right after Dad finished speaking, a dull thud came from the top of the carriage, like something heavy had landed on the roof. Right after that, footsteps echoed above. Whatever landed on the roof was walking around. "Dad, is it here?" "Keep your voice down. Don't let it hear our voices. This thing is truly eerie. We even switched carriages, and it still found us." By now, the other passengers also began to panic. Could some wild animal have jumped onto the train roof? It's probably a tiger or a wild boar. Nothing else could make such a loud noise. Passengers chattered nervously. Suddenly, one man opened the window and stuck his head outside. "Be careful. Don't get scratched." The man said nothing in reply. Minute after minute passed by, and everyone slowly sensed something was wrong. The man's body began to shrivel up, until he slumped limply to the floor. It had drained him dry completely. The passengers were terrified at the sight. Someone immediately ran to find the train police. When the police saw the empty skin on the floor, they instantly realized how serious it was. They quickly asked the passengers what had happened. After hearing the whole story, the police calmed everyone down, then pulled out their handgun. "Don't be afraid, everyone. It's probably just a wild beast on the roof. Stay away from the windows. Leave the rest to us to handle." One of the police opened the window and aimed his handgun outside. With several gunshots ringing out, all noise from the roof vanished. Did it run away? I'm not sure. But nobody moved for now. A few more minutes passed. and still nothing stirred on the roof. Everyone finally breathed a sigh of relief. Just to be safe, the police stayed on guard in the carriage with their guns. I watched them, feeling a little safer at last. Dad, with guns here, we shouldn't have to fear that thing anymore, right? You've never seen that thing. You have no idea how powerful it is. From what I know, handguns can't hurt it at all. I guess it left just now, only because there were too many people to attack easily. And there's another crucial point. That creature can bewitch people's minds. We all have to stay extremely careful. Just then, I felt a strange premonition for no reason. I involuntarily glanced out the window. The next second, my heart froze in terror. Outside the pitch-black window, a pair of enormous eyes was staring straight at me. The eyes were as big as rice bowls, glowing with an eerie yellow light. In the blink of an eye, it vanished into the dark night. I was too scared to make a sound, my body trembling uncontrollably. What's wrong, son? Dad, I saw that thing's face. What did you say? He quickly looked outside, but saw nothing at all. Another hour passed. Seeing no movement outside, the two police left their posts. By 2 o'clock in the early morning, I was unbearably sleepy. I drifted off to sleep unknowingly, half asleep. I felt someone patting my head. Mom, stop patting my head. Let me sleep. Mom's face turned pale with shock. Son, I didn't touch you at all. I jolted awake at her words, all sleepiness gone in an instant. But just then, a deafening crash came from further down the carriage. A huge boulder rolled down from the mountain, smashing a massive hole through the carriage. Then a long, hairy arm reached in and dragged a passenger straight outside. This time, everyone saw the creature clearly. The train police rushed over immediately. What happened? It's all my fault. I saw it. It's covered in long fur, and its eyes are as big as a rice bowl. The police peered outside through the hole, but saw nothing. Are you hallucinating? Everyone stay calm. It's probably just some wild mountain beast. It's no beast. Someone has already been taken away. We all saw it with our own eyes. No passengers are missing. Stop spreading rumors. It's just a big rock that smashed a hole in the carriage. Dad looked extremely grave. This thing is truly terrifying. It knows the train carriage is strong, so it pushed a boulder down from the mountain to break it. That means it was the one who pushed this boulder down. Exactly. Its target is most likely us. What should we do now? We can only wait and watch for now. It failed to get its prey, so it won't leave easily. We have to stay extra alert. How about we run away? Staying here will get us killed sooner or later. Everyone agreed with the idea. Wang Qiang walked up to us right then. Uncle, Auntie, let's run away quickly too. We still think it's safer inside the train. If you want to leave, go on your own. Wang Qiang said no more after that. He turned and followed the others outside. I stared at Wang Qiang's back, feeling something was terribly wrong. A strange memory suddenly popped into my mind. Dad, something doesn't feel right. I remember Wang Qiang passed away years ago. Mom and Dad froze on the spot at once. They stood there in utter shock. I remember you even took me to his funeral feast. How is this possible? Did you misremember? Wang...
Could it really be that my memory is playing tricks on me? The two of them ignored me completely and silently stared out the window. It was currently the dead of night, just before dawn. Outside, it was pitch black. Going out there in this situation was clearly an unwise move. Why wouldn't they listen to my advice? This is bad. Someone has definitely been bewitched by that thing. If all of them go outside, won't we be the only ones left in this train car? When that time comes, we will be completely helpless. Like fish on a chopping board. Right, let's follow them outside quickly. Seeing us head out, Vuong Quang suggested we stick together for safety. My dad also found a few other passengers to join us. Less than a few minutes later, a blood-curdling shriek echoed from the mountains. That thing had started harming people. Following that, agonizing screams rang out continuously from all directions. There was no telling how many people had already fallen victim. Fortunately, the screams were still quite far away from us. With so many passengers scattered in the mountains, that thing probably wouldn't be able to consume everyone in a short amount of time. About an hour passed and we heard a rooster crowing. Excellent. We had reached a village. Let's find a vehicle to get out of this wretched place. 10 minutes later, we finally arrived at the village. Everyone split up to find their own way to escape. My parents and I walked up to the door of a house and started knocking. A young man opened the door. Who are you people? Why are you knocking on my door? Hello, brother. Here's the situation, my dad explained. We encountered a landslide on the mountain road. The train couldn't go any further, so we had to come down the mountain. Here is 200 yen. Could you let us come inside first and then we can talk? The man took the money and led us into the house. Brother, do you have a car? Can you drive us to the nearby county seat? Where would I get the money to buy a car? I'm afraid I can't help you with that. Then do you know anyone else in the village who has one? Man Quan in our village has a car. How about I go ask him for you? Thank you so much. The man then headed outside. Dad, shouldn't we go with him? I asked. No need to follow. Hiding here is a bit safer. Shortly after, the sound of a vehicle came from outside. I brought Man Quan here. Open the door quickly. I forgot to bring my keys. Hearing this, I was about to go open the door, but my dad suddenly pulled me back. Something's not right. I clearly saw him take his keys with him. Outside, the voice called out again. Hurry up and open the door. Are you guys going or not? Dad stepped closer to the door. Brother, let me ask you. When we first arrived, how much money did I give you? The moment my dad finished speaking, it instantly went dead silent outside the door, as if nothing had ever happened. 5 minutes later, the real homeowner returned, bringing Man Quan with him. Dad gave Man Quan an additional 600 yen. He accepted the money, and we set off. For over 10 kilometers, nothing unusual happened, but my parents were still visibly tense. At this point, Man Quan seemed to sense something. Uncle, why do I feel like something is following us? Dad feigned calmness. There's nothing out there. Just focus on driving. But the moment he finished his sentence, a tall, large shadow rushed out. Damn it! What on earth is that thing? Mon Quan panicked. We're doomed. That thing had caught up to us. The car is moving this fast, how can it keep up? That thing is no ordinary creature, Dad said grimly. At this rate, I'm afraid we won't escape. Only that person can save our family now. Man Quan, do you know where Tran Ket Shuat Town is? It shouldn't be too far from here. I know it. Is that where you want to go? Yes. Please get us there as fast as possible. No problem. But it will cost extra. As soon as Man Quan spoke, he slammed on the gas pedal. We finally arrived at Tran Ket Shuat Town at 12 o'clock. After saying goodbye to Man Quan, we walked to a residential complex called the Storage Zone. Dad? Why does this complex have such a strange name? Don't ask questions. You'll find out soon enough. Next, we stopped in front of a large door marked with the number 10. Dad knocked on the door with all his might. When someone inside finally came out, my dad immediately dropped to his knees. Please, you must save our family. That thing is here. The man looked at them coldly. This is the karma that you two created. It has nothing to do with me. Go back, I can't save you. Even if you don't want to save us, the child is innocent. Furthermore, he isn't even our biological son. Today is his 19th birthday. Hearing my dad's words, the man looked shocked. You're saying this child isn't yours? And he just turned 19 today? Could he be? Before the man could finish his sentence, my dad kept bowing. But right at that moment, the monster suddenly teleported right behind us. Just as it was about to attack me, the man suddenly yelled loudly, Sister A, their family truly wronged you, but the child was just an accident after all. Have you still not let go of your hatred? The monster had no intention of stopping. Seeing this, Dad threw himself directly in front of it. If you still resent the two of us, then aim directly at us. But please, spare Tronkeet, because he is your own child. Hearing my dad's words, my heart skipped a beat. Dad, what nonsense are you talking about? How could I be the child of a monster? Since things have come to this, I won't hide it from you anymore, Dad confessed. In truth, we are your foster parents, and we are also two scientists. 18 years ago, we wanted to simulate a miniature universe. But during the simulation, a cosmic mutation occurred. The two of us survived unhurt because we wore protective suits. But the residents within a 10-kilometer radius suffered a terrible fate. They were struck by the radiation and mutated. That includes your biological mother, the monster right in front of you. Then why didn't I mutate? Because at that time, your uncle had taken you to the botanical gardens when you were just 1 year old. So you escaped the disaster. This man right here is your uncle. Could it be that the people living in this zone are all family members of the monsters? Yes. After the incident, the government locked them all in the storage zone and assigned them numbers. Your mother's number is 10, but 15 years ago, she overpowered a guard and escaped. So that's why she wants to kill the two of you? Because you turned her into a monster and imprisoned her? Yes. Now you know the truth. Everything should come to an end. As soon as my dad finished speaking, the monster pounced on it, draining him until nothing was left but skin. Immediately after, my mother was also drained dry. Next, it knocked me to the ground. Right at the brink of death, I suddenly realized something was wrong. First, today was my birthday. My parents should have been at home celebrating with me. Why would our whole family be on a train? Next was Vuong Swang. I clearly remembered that he was already dead. Why did he appear on the train too? Therefore, there was only one truth. This place was not the real world, but an illusion created by the monster. Thinking up to this point, I blacked out. When I woke up again, I found myself in a different place. The monster was standing in front of me, and my parents were lying on the ground with their eyes closed, but they weren't dead yet. I knew I had successfully escaped the illusion. Just then, a man walked over. He was my uncle, Tran Keet. Congratulations on successfully breaking out of the illusion. Who exactly are you? Why haven't my parents woken up yet? I am your uncle, and also the new director of the storage zone, he explained. Right now, everyone has fallen into the illusion created by number 10, but illusions always have a flaw. Only by finding the flaw can you escape. You found the flaw regarding Vuong Quang's death, so you escaped successfully, but your parents failed to spot the loophole. They are still trapped inside. Can they still be saved? Of course. You just need to touch number 10's body again to re-enter the illusion and reunite with them, but you will lose your memories of this place. Furthermore, the illusion will be entirely new. In other words, we will enter a completely different scenario, right? Yes, you can choose to leave this place directly, or you can choose to go save your parents. Without a single shred of hesitation, I decisively chose to go save my parents. The moment I touched number 10, I instantly fell into a coma. This time, I must save my parents, even if we aren't related by blood.